everyone, and welcome back to Mining Network. So I'm joined with Kevin Brewer, who is CEO of CMC Metals. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, nice to be here. Brilliant.
So let's start by getting a nice overview of the company.
Okay, well, we're listed at TSX CMB on the Toronto Venture. We've got 8 properties. We're on both sides of the country in Canada, on the east and on the west. In the east, we're kind of got these early stage properties, 3 properties. One we've optioned out to High Bank, and another one which is a gold prospect, and we have a copper prospect. And on the west, we're focused in the Rancheria Silver District. We got 4 properties over there.
Brilliant, nice spread out portfolio there.
Well, lots of airtime, put it that way.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So could you just run us through your capital structure? So market cap, share structure, cash in the bank?
Yeah, well, we got approximately 150 million shares out right now, and total issued would be probably around 180. We're trading around the 22, 25 cent range right now, so our market cap is somewhere around 30 million. Yeah.
Perfect. So you mentioned obviously a bit about your portfolio of projects all over the place. So let's kind of give us a run through of the projects and which one's your flagship or focuses at the moment.
Well, the flagship for the company for a long time, since 2005 actually, has been a project called Hart. And we have a resource there. We're pursuing high-grade silver-lead-zinc minerals, and they're in 3 types. They're in veins, they're in skarns, and they're in something called a carbonate replacement deposit, or a CRD, which is but these are interesting deposits to chase. The veins are right at surface, so we got these huge areas where we can see the veins for like 1.5 kilometers at Hart. And most of the drilling up to last season was focused on drilling those veins. And then last year we ventured out and we did an airborne survey, and then we started chasing some of those conductors. So we drilled some of those conductors, and we've also focused on a belt of carbonate rocks, limestones and things like that we also feel have potential to host deposits. So we took a bit of a different stance last season. Haven't got results in yet. Are they going to be spectacular? Probably not on the spectacular side like the veins, but we did find some interesting other things, a bit of copper kicking around, a little bit of gold. So we're trying to figure out what that's all about. And then we're going to, this year though, we're going to focus on a new project called Silverknife.
Awesome. So, I mean, you mentioned there that obviously you've started the drilling process at 5,000 meters around that.
Yeah.
And obviously that gives you a good insight. They might not be spectacular, but at least you can use that to kind of give you clues on where to target next. So, talking about next year and the next targets, what surveys or other techniques are you using to actually identify those surveys? Targets, sorry.
Well, we did do the airborne survey on all of our properties in the Rancheria Silver District. And at Silverknife, we had the opportunity to do a gravity survey. Now, what led me in that direction was our neighbors, Core Mining. And Core are a big company. They got 4 operating mines. And then they have this one on care and maintenance in BC, right next to us, called Silvertip. It's one of the highest grade underground silver lead zinc mines in the world. And they've been using gravity in combination with electromagnetic surveys to target their drill. So we done the same thing on Silverknife. We did a gravity survey, found a whopping big gravity anomaly. Now, what does that mean? You're going to tell me, what does that mean? And what it is, a gravity survey looks for density. And minerals like lead and zinc are heavy, they're dense. And so if you find density, you probably also find lead and zinc. And the beauty is the silver comes along with that lead and zinc. So it's when you got a gravity anomaly, it's very significant. It's a really good drill target, and that's what we got at Silverknife.
Oh, brilliant. So how many targets have you got for next year at Silverknife?
Well, we're going to hit that gravity anomaly.
Yeah.
And really, it's so large that...
Oh, it's just one large anomaly?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So, it's a biggie. It looks wonderful. And the nice thing about these things is these type of deposits, CRDs, they come in clusters. So we're literally, as the bird flies, we're only like 1.5 kilometers away from the mine and mill, Silvertip. Well, what better setting could you have? You're just off a mine road. You're within spitting distance of a mill that's going to be expanded by Core, by all appearances, and they're going to be looking for ore for that mill. And we feel our project, when we drill it off this summer with about 10 holes, probably around 250 to 300 meters each, we feel that hopefully we'll be on the verge of a new discovery and be right next door to a mine.
The mill needs to be expanded to take the extra feedstock, or has it got the potential capacity now to take on more?
Yeah, when it was shut down, it was at 1,000 tons per day, and they originally announced that they were going to expand it to 1,750 tons per day. They've got a new VP of exploration in the company. She's taken a look at the whole area. She's super excited about it. She feels that Silvertip is one of many discoveries to find in the Rancheria Silver District. We feel exactly the same way. We feel it's so underexplored. The company has done a lot, and they're actually committing 45% of their exploration drilling on Silvertip for the next 3 years. 250,000 meters of drilling they are going to do right next to us. So we're super excited about this because their success is going to be our success, and they're going to expand that mill, we expect, to about 3,500 tons per day. So it's going to be a hungry little mouth that wants to be fed, and we're going to feed it with the ore that we find at Silverknife.
Oh, it seems like a perfect setup.
Yes,
so
yes.
What's the next step here? So you need an exploration permit, and how's the relationship with the stakeholders and First Nations of the areas?
Yeah, well, we're trying to simplify the exploration permit as much as possible and do the least amount of ground disturbance. We've got roads into most of the areas we need to get at in the property, so the ground disturbance is going to be minimal. We're going to have some news soon on our First Nations thing, but as a company, we've just started an ESG initiative as well, and from that, you get a lot of respect amongst First Nations on those kind of policies and initiative drives, and we do our best to maximize benefits in the local communities in terms of hiring people, outsourcing contracts, and doing all of those things. I mean, I've worked in the North for 35 years at this point, and you need those people, and you need those communities, and you need everything in them when you're in these remote settings. So that's the way we operate.
Definitely, and touching on remote settings there as well as team,
yeah.
I noticed that recently you got a new geologist on your advisory board, but could you also talk me through how the team helps, but also the infrastructure side of things, the challenges and how you overcome them in the areas?
Well, first of all, I don't buy any projects that aren't on a road anymore. So at least I got a road there, and that's a big start, because if you got a road, you're not helicopter dependent. Basically, you're going to chop your budget in about half right off the start. And this project, Silverknife, being right next to the mine, the road is open year-round. So we've only got a 2-kilometer stretch. So if we want to drill into the winter, in this particular case, we probably can. Otherwise, we're limited to a shorter season in Yukon and BC to about 4 months. So we got a little bit more flexibility with this project, and then you just got to get camps and things like that. So we're going to be building a new camp somewhere and doing things like that.
All those fun things.
Yes.
So as a company, over the past 12 months, if you could pick a few things, what are you most proud of achieving?
I always like to keep people employed.
Yeah.
And I've got a real core team that go work with me and work very hard every summer. And I always have that good feeling that at the end of the summer, they've made money to live during the winter time and feed their families and do good things in their families, and that always makes me feel good. So besides that, I think the company really is done. We do what we say, and we say what we do, and that's our shareholders respect us for that. And I have pride that that's the way our company is run, and we do it that way.
It's a good ethos there.
Yeah.
So over the next 12 months, for investors watching, what key things can they be looking out from you guys?
Well, it's going to be the drill results of Silverknife. As they say, the drill bit speaks, and God, let's hope that the drill bit speaks. You can't guarantee that every time, but I mean, we do what we can. We employ the latest in technologies, and we try to really work hard and do what we can the best. So it's going to be the drilling at Silverknife. But the other thing is with this company is we developed sort of a pipeline, and so the projects in Newfoundland, we're picking away at them, little bit by little bit, and so you got to watch the little trails, because what I always try to do is bring another project into drill ready stage each year, so that I've got something new to always go at if I need to go at it. And so that's the way we've run our company.
If you could give me a vision for your company over the next 5 years, if it could go exactly how you want it to go, what would the vision be?
Yeah, well, I've got my 3-year vision, but I can extend it out to 5. But seriously, I really want to get our market cap up to around 150 to 200 million range in a 3-year period. Mm-hmm. I know that sounds aggressive. We've got so many good projects that I think I've got 3 projects right now I'd like to drill. So, I envision sort of having a company that's going to drill like 20 or 25,000 meters every year instead of 5,000 or 3,000. Get into a lot more drilling and unfold the opportunities our properties have. So that's my vision, is to take it there in a 3 to 5 year period. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, I look forward to following along with this story. Thank you so much for your time today, Kevin.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.